All right, what's good, y'all? Tonight we are in the living room and I wanted to talk about having a budget. If you want to be a wealthy individual, if you aspire to be wealthy, if you aspire to be a stable adult, it's paramount that you have a budget. You got to know where your bread's at. You got to know where all your bread's going. You get me? So personally, for me, I have my budget kind of put in an Excel file. And how I break that down is from my liabilities, which is just what I have to kind of pay for, which is my insurance, my car loan, things of that nature, rent, you get me? And then you have my investments, and then you also have emergency funds, and then you have free cash flow. You get me? So you got to know where all your money's going, because think about it. You ever been in that situation where you have a subscription here, another subscription there, so that's $2, $3 here, $5, $6, $7, $8 there. Those things kind of aggregate and then emulsify to a point where you bled so much money that you didn't even realize, and you're like, damn, where's all my bread this month? A good amount of that bread probably went towards that subscription that you forgot about. You get me? Or maybe good amount of bread went to like some food that you bought that you thought you had enough bread. You get me? But you didn't have it. Now you don't have enough to pay for that bill, that liability that you were supposed to pay for. But if you know where your money's at, you know kind of like when and where you should be spending in a way. Like for me, I know how much money I can spend on free cash flow every 2 weeks because I get paid bi-weekly. So I know, okay, I got this section of money I allocated toward investments, so I got my money printing money for me. And then I got my liabilities. I got just my bread just paying off the things that, kind of gives me my way of life, So in a later video, I'm going to kind of like show my budget and kind of break you guys down on like the percentages of how I like kind of allocate that money. But right now, I'm more so investment forward and more so savings forward, because the only way right now that I'm going to get out of the rat race and how I'm going to be able to get to that wealthy status and build out this community and do all the things I want to do, I have to know where my money's at, bro. And the same thing with you. If you have a family, if you even got you got your lady or you got your dude, you get me? At least if you know where your money's at, you could probably you could definitely take care of your people. You definitely gonna take care of your people, because say for example, say, hey bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, Pablo, like I'm really on bad times, bro. Like I kind of need that bread. And like say for example that was my brother or my sister, I can confidently say like, bro, I got you. Like at least I got some extra savings or some emergency savings where I'm like, you need me right now, I got you for sure. You got it. You got it. That shit feels good. It feels good because you know where everything's at. You know where every moving piece is at. And I'm not saying you have to basically have a whole Excel spreadsheet. I'm kind of OD. Like I'm super, you feel me? I like certain details or whatever, knowing exactly where every penny goes. But that's me being fixated and like super into that financial budgeting stuff. You don't have to do that. There's other sources out there. There's apps like Rocket Money. I think my homeboy Andrew put me onto that, talking about like how they kind of tell you I'm missing subscription. I think even on Experian, which is the credit bureau thing, that kind of tells you where you're leaking money. So there's ways for you to be able to keep track of these things. You just have to be willing to put the work in, and also just willing to know where all that's going in a way. You get me? So if you're really, truly trying to live a stable life, like in a world that money is basically the central point of your way of living, you got to know where your money's at. You got to know where your money's at. And I know it could be difficult, because especially for the times that we live in now, like I 100% get the economy and like the world we're living in right now. There's a lot of shit going on with the economy, bro. Like right now, at my age, and like people my age, like if you're watching, I'm assuming, people at my age are kind of watching, even the older folk that are watching. You're seeing more money come into your account, but at the same time, everything is getting way more expensive, which is essentially inflation. So it doesn't matter if, like, say for example, I got $2-3 pay raise, bro. It doesn't matter because the rate of inflation has already accelerated. Fucking, I don't even know now. Like, I don't even want to give you wrong numbers, but inflation has been going ridiculous. I think right now, what is inflation at? I'm not sure. Again, I'm not gonna give you misinformation, but 100%. The issue is that the rate of our spending money right now is falling as the comparison of how much prices are going up for the natural things and natural essential items that we do need. So I get that it's hard to save money here, but if you know where that money is at, you know where it's going. At least you could save like a couple dollars from not overspending and go doing like something that's probably not necessary right now. Or maybe you can save up towards something, like say for example you want to go on a vacation, you get me, and you know you don't make a bunch of bread. At least if you had a budget, you'd be like, okay, bet, I know I don't make a bunch of bread, but if I play this out right, and like the trip is out like in 5 months, and I can at least save at least like $50 from each check, I can get to a decent amount of bread to be able to go on that vacation and still be kind of comfortable. But if you don't do that and you're just pulling bread, or even do the worst thing possible, which is just keep pulling bread from your credit card, that's a whole another story. Like, I'm a personal believer, once I use my credit card, I'm already paying that shit off as soon as I do it. I just literally use my credit card to build my credit, which I want to make another video on building your credit, because this is what these wealthy people do. They build up their credit, they acquire so many different assets, then they borrow against these assets, and they borrow against their credit score because they have this credibility and they have all this buying power predicated on the things that they ended up allocating their bread to buying, so that they'd be able to pull bread from the banks to be able to go buy some more of those things that can make them more bread, to pull more bread out the banks. This is what these wealthy folks do, and this is why the rich stay richer. They know this shit. You feel me? But we don't know this. Like, I'm just learning this. This is like 2 years of me like trying to learn this stuff. This is what they do. They acquire assets, they know where their money's going, or they hire somebody that is a professional that will go and track their money for them and tell them, oh, exactly where they go, where everything is going, and where they're investing, and what they can and can't do with their money. This is what they do. They know every moving part, and they know how to like jug and finesse throughout the system. But this is what I kind of want to do and kind of like share with you guys. And I kind of want, if you know more than me, I want you to be able to tell me about it. You get me? But this is what I've seen, and this is what I've noticed that they kind of do. And honestly, bro, it's time for us. It's time for like the average man, the average woman. You get me? The common household person. You get me? It's time for us to actually take some of that power and actually learn some of this information and apply it to our own lives, so that our kids can actually thrive. Because the issue is the people and basically the people in general who came before us, like before my age group, the America back then, they were borrowing from us. This is why shit is so expensive. This is why we can't buy houses at our grown ass ages, bro. I'm 26 years old, bro. There's no way I'm gonna go buy a house right now. I could possibly buy a house based off the credit I have and like the first home buyers thing that they have, but it wouldn't make sense, because then I'd have to be a whole homeowner and I'd have to take care of all types of damages if something happens to the house. I'd rather be a renter. You get me? So whoever owns that rental property, they take care of that. You get me? Because interest rates are ridiculous now, you know? And I don't want to pay for a mortgage. I don't want to pay for a mortgage. It's like essentially paying for rent, but I don't want to pay for a mortgage. And then on top of that, pay for repairs on a house. It's ridiculous. I don't have enough money. I don't make enough money for that. You get me? Like, I don't think any of us make enough money to keep up with that stuff. Especially, again, like I said, there's just, things are just getting so much more expensive. Like, did you guys ever notice, like, there was a time when I went to Walmart and was buying some eggs. They were like $15, and I buy like the big 60 pack, and I'm used to it usually costing like $5 to $8. You get me? Because I know like egg prices kind of fluctuate, but $15, you get me? And I think something happened with with something with Trump, like going back and forth about something. I don't know what happened, but eggs were like 15 bucks, and I was like, oh no, this is ridiculous. At this point, I can't. I personally, I can't have my kids trying to live off and try to like finesse and try to get pinching pennies and scraping dimes together, trying to figure out what they're gonna do and what they're gonna eat. I want my children to be set. I want my family to be set. I want my lady to be set. I want everybody around me to be set and informed on how to actually acquire this information, actually utilize this information. So this is what I kind of want to do with this channel. I kind of want to talk about like my experience and my journey throughout trying and attempting to become a wealthy man. And I'm not even going to say attempting more. I will be a wealthy man. I will be a wealthy man. I'll talk to people one day and we just going to all congregate and we going to figure this shit out. And once we figure this shit out, we going to help more people figure it out, bruh. That's just how it's going to be. And that's how it should be, bruh. Because that's the fundamental thing of just, I think, being human, bro. People need people, and we do better in groups. So, with that being said, bro, know where your money's at, bro. Like, I'm begging you. Whoever's watching this, I beg you, bro. Create a budget, or at least find some kind of app that does create you a budget, or kind of tracks all your miscellaneous different things that you're paying for that you're not really noticing. Know where your money's at, bro. The average American literally does not have a savings account more than $1,000. The average American does not have $1,000 inside their savings account. Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy? Like, am I tripping? Bro, I'm not tripping. Like, I can't be tripping. Like, that's crazy. Bro, the biggest emergency or the biggest, like, screw up that could happen literally costs more than $1,000, bro. Say, for example, you broke a damn leg and you don't have health insurance, bro. Like, how are you supposed to pay for shit? You get me? And again, I'm not blaming y'all for not having the money, bro. But I'm just saying, like, we need to for sure know where the bread is. So at least maybe if we do have a little something in the savings, we can at least put it towards whatever big emergency that happens. You get me? 'Cause again, it's not y'all's fault, bro. Like, we're living in a world that everything is so damn expensive compared to the rate of like our wages, which is fine, which is it's whatever, bro. Like, fuck, like, my bad. I mean, not curse. Screw it, bro. We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it. This is the world that they handed us. This is the world they gave to us. So we just gonna have to figure it out, bro. And I'm gonna do my best to figure it out because I need a piece of that pie, and I want y'all to have a piece of that pie, especially if you're ambitious and especially if you're wanting to be able to become free and become wealthy. So I just want to say, bro, just keep walking with me in this journey. And if you are discovering this video, just come and walk with me, bro. And like, come in the comments and just talk. Like, let me know what y'all going through, and we can kind of talk about it. You get me? But appreciate y'all for listening, and love y'all, bro. And I'm gonna catch y'all, man.